distorting gravity around here. We need to think of a way to deal with it if we want to push on.
So, do you have time for a little job evaluation?
Excuse me?
Great. I think there's room for improvement in the speed of your work.
You're joking, right? Hey, you feeling all right?
I think my metabolism of glucose might have been affected. I'm finding it hard to concentrate. That's exactly what I feared. This party was premature. Hey, I took a closer look at our obstacle. It looks like something is distorting the gravity field around here. Good thing our base stopped, or we'd just be floating around in the air like those rocks. Amazing. The sheer scale of it. I wonder if it's related to the interval. Yeah, this planet, so full of mysteries. It's almost a shame we need to get out of here in a hurry. I can take the pressure, don't worry. But we can't expect to deal with a problem if we don't understand it properly. How do you suggest we go about it? We'll need to start by collecting more data about the field distortion characteristics. The base should have blueprints for a device called a gravity sensor. Once you craft it, it needs to be placed somewhere high to cover as much ground as possible. We're in a canyon, right? So maybe a ledge somewhere high up would be good. I'll mark potential spots on your map. Okay, I'm on it.
Am I needed there? Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next? What is this? A new anomaly?
Unbelievable. My whole research is gone due to someone's incompetence. You're never gonna believe what I found. Let me guess. A time-distorting anomaly? What? How did you know? Well, considering the presence of this huge gravitational anomaly in this area and Frankov's calculations, I expected you to stumble upon one sooner or later. As you know, differences in gravitational potentials create the effect of time dilation. So, I just connected the dots. You could have done it as well, had you taken the time to stop and think. I guess I was too busy discovering it. Of course, the credit is yours. Now, tell me more about it. Well, when I got inside this thing, it just, slowed me down while all around you time seemed to speed up? Yeah. What a discovery, Jan. This is just getting more and more fascinating. Well, it's pretty hard to get rid of. The closer I get to its core, the more time I lose on the outside. Yes, but you're also approaching the center of its gravity, which means that the core should slow down and be an easier target. Huh. Interesting. I'll think about that. Thanks. Hey, what happened in the research lab? What happened? What happened? My whole research is gone because of a preposterous hardware malfunction. Tell me what to do to undo the damage. Well, only I can replicate the data. But first, I need to have a working lab. Can you prioritize fixing it? Hey, you feeling all right? Oh, man. Don't ask. It's always the same. I had so much fun last night. Then, boom. Fucking anxiety kicks in. Don't happen to have any chamomile on you? You want me to take care of this? Am I needed there? Need me to do this? Hey, man. You're clearly angry. Meaningless small talk will only make me more angry. So maybe we can talk about something meaningful. What calms you down? Punching that smirk of yours would definitely do the trick. But if you really need to know, walking it off, I guess. Maybe you should punch me. Why not? Let it all out. You don't want that. Trust me. But I appreciate the offer. Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next?
Anomaly. I haven't seen them behave like this.
What's the matter? I was wondering, is it just me, or do you have it too? Have what? A splitting headache that won't go away no matter what I do. And a bad stomach too. Ever since that damn party. That's worrying. A regular hangover should have gone away by now. Yeah, got me thinking, maybe the booze was spoiled? We never checked its expiry date. Could have mold in it or some bacteria. Okay, man, just take it easy for now and don't forget to hydrate properly. Yeah, don't worry. I won't be slowing you down. Even Molly's not there for me when I need her. Look at her, sulking in her little space. I hope none of those idiots plied her with that rotten stuff. Something wrong with her. I saw it, and I didn't do anything. Wait, what the hell happened to her? What does it look like? She's gone. Molly's gone. What? But why? I mean, no, that's not possible. There was never any problem with her. I came to see her like I did every day, and she was just lying motionless, cold and stiff. At least her life had meaning. She will be remembered as the first living organism ever to be created with the use of rubidium. Now it's just us. Okay. We're all sad, but I guess we'll have to accept this unexpected loss and, move on. However hard it may be. Accidents like this have been observed. Sudden, unexplained health deterioration, an abrupt allergic reaction. To what? Artificially grown grass?
Are you sure no one gave her anything during the party? To eat? Or drink?
Let's just decide what to do quickly and get back to work. This is taking too much time.
I can tell you how I like to go. With fireworks.
Still, we are talking about corporate property here. I say we put her in the freezer and take her back to Earth. Allied Corp scientists might be interested in her. But it's your call, Yacht. You're the captain. What do you think? Let's pack her up for the journey home and see if any of us make it.
No. We can't do that.
What? Why not?
Don't you all remember what they said at training? If any member of the crew dies for an unknown reason, it is the duty of the scientist on board to carry out a post-mortem without delay.
Member of the crew?
She was a live being, and her cause of death is unknown. We should find out what really happened. We owe it to her, and to ourselves.
And it's a mandatory procedure. Let's do it. Let's perform an autopsy and see what we can find out. All right? I won't argue with procedures.
All done. Should I take care of this now? Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next? you'd like to know what killed the sheep. Any progress with... Is there a problem? Listen, Jan, we're fed up with your mistakes. What do you mean, fed up? What is this? Morale is at an all-time low. You need to reevaluate your priorities or else. What exactly do you want me to improve? Unfortunately, when you're dependent on the work of others, sometimes you need to give in to irrational demands. Some of us want better food. Just let them have it. I hear you. I'll do what I can. I discovered something new. An anomaly that seemed to be pulsating.
Pulsating, as in shrinking and expanding.
Yeah, and it seemed to have two cores inside.
Very interesting. Thank you for bringing this observation to me. I suppose destroying it will be easier if you time your movement accordingly to the pattern in which it pulsates?
Ah, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. What happened in the kitchen? You look pale.
Mild food poisoning, that's all. The fridge may be malfunctioning.
Good thing you're so tough. I bet you'll be back on the job in no time.
Well, if you want to succeed in the world of science, you need a strong stomach and a thick skin. So, had enough time to come to terms with the situation?
Not really, no. I'm so confused. I don't usually feel so hopeless, but earlier today, I tried to move some containers, regular size, nothing too heavy, but I just couldn't.
And that's such a problem?
Yeah. I'm starting to understand why I feel so bad in this body. It's just so weak.
Hey, watch it. That's my body you're talking about.
Sorry, no offense, man, but you have to admit it is a little run down. I need to put on at least 15 pounds and lose the excess fat. Working in the refinery takes stamina.
Being strong seems to matter a lot to you.
A little extra confidence never hurt anyone. Not that it was ever my priority. I just like the physical activity. It helped clear my head of problems.
Your problems are gone here. It's a chance to wipe the slate clean.
Maybe, but I still can't get my head around one thing.
What's that?
Like, if everything that happened to me isn't true, then does that apply to the people I knew too? I mean, do they exist, but in some different version as well?
It's possible, yes.
Huh. So, hypothetically, someone who in my mind is, let's say, dead could actually still be alive?
Hypothetically?
Totally.
Theoretically, everything's possible.
That's overwhelming. Shit. I think I need to get my mind on something else.
Good idea. Focus on the work. We still have a lot to do before we get out of here.
Right. Work. Sure. See you around then. You're doing something about the...
I'm done here. Should I do this now? Should I resolve this? Should I go there next? Come see me. I'd like to draw your attention to something. Before you head out. Hey, can you hear me? Loud and clear. Waking up from cryo sleep, aching back, buzzing sound in ears. Piercing headache. I'll have to recommend more humane methods for the, what the hell? Just take it easy, I can explain. I knew there was something rotten going on. So this is what they're really doing. Replicating people. For efficiency. I'm afraid it's much more complicated than you think. Oh, well, I can't wait to find out how much more complicated it is. You will. Just Let me ask you a few control questions first, okay?
I'll only answer to a human being. Where's the captain?
Please. What is your name and role on this mission?
My name is Jan Dolsky. I'm a representative of the Joint Trade Union sent on this mission to make sure nobody is fucking with the people employed here. And you know what? My notebook is beginning to fill up fast. Finally, someone who can stand up for us and help explain this mess. What do you mean? There was a bad accident. All you're experiencing is a consequence of that.
Accident?
What accident? During the landing, I'm afraid the whole crew died. Oh, isn't this just getting better and better? The whole crew? Where's the comms room? I need to report this back to the Union immediately. We'll do that later. Really? Don't tell me you're calling the shots here. Someone had to make you, Mr. Lookalike. I want to talk to them. They should be told that it's illegal to use people's DNA like that.
Actually, you're the one that's been created illegally, and I was the one who made you. Like I said, things went south. I had no choice.
This is absurd.
It's true, and you're not the first one I made. I have Rapidium.
No, you're lying to me. Rapidium is what we were supposed to... Besides, I'm someone important. I do things for people. Real people rely on me.
Calm down. You're not the original Jan, but that doesn't mean you can't be important. You're right about us being different. That's because I altered my mind to make you. I don't have your history of fighting for people. That can be really useful here.
This is just... No, it's not happening.
You know what? You need two things to process this: time and straight up facts. You'll find everything you want to know in the mission logs.
It better not be corporate propaganda.
You can decide for yourself. Once you've read it, let's talk again. In the meantime, just make yourself at home in the base and meet the rest of the crew. Talk to people.
Yeah. It might be wise to start with that.
Hey, are you done with the post-mortem? Did you find Molly's cause of death? Yes and no.
Don't you just love science?
I know the direct cause of death, and it wasn't food poisoning.
No?
No, it was a severe brain hemorrhage.
What? Why?
That's the tricky part. Her brain looked changed. Part of it was covered with a strange, transparent film, like mutated tissue of some sort.
How can you be sure it was this thing that caused the hemorrhage?
I don't know, Jan. I'm not a neurosurgeon, and I'm certainly not a veterinarian. Basic autopsy on a human being is all I'm trained to do. I ran a sample through our standard lab tests, and it doesn't fit any known results. So all I can tell you is this isn't any condition I could put a name on.
Maybe we should report this back to Earth.
Have you heard from anyone since we stopped?
No.
Just as I feared. The gravity field might have jammed their signal. While we wait for them to reinstall it, let's collect more data.
Such as?
Well, we know it wasn't anything in the food or air conditioning that killed her. However, there could be other external factors at play. this planet, the Interral. Who knows if the proximity plane doesn't interact with our reality in some ways we don't yet understand? We have no idea about the microbiome here, bacteria, maybe even viruses. Viruses? What are you saying? We should all get tested, just to be on the safe side. So, the technician was right when he urged us to examine the sheep. And we were right to listen to him. Now let's follow through. Okay. How do you want to proceed? MRI scanning. A simple procedure that will give us the first crucial answer. Is anything affecting our brains too? All I need from you is a simple upgrade of our infirmary. Think you can handle that? Okay, I'll take care of it right away. Excellent. We'll start the checkups immediately after it's ready. I'm gonna miss that fluffy little girl.
Lend me your ear.
She was a great listener. It was just a sheep. The sooner we get over it,
Should I
the
take
better.
care of this now? Do you want me to help with that?
Hey there. You wanted to talk about something? Yeah. I've been thinking about the branching thing. It's so confusing. Tell me about it. I mean, remember how I told you about my body? The one I know versus this one? Well, I don't get it. Why is it exactly that we're created with different minds, like, different beverages or snacks, but then we all end up in the same packaging? It doesn't make much sense. Huh. I guess the technology isn't quite there yet. Maybe recreating a body different than the original is just complicated. I mean, all the medical issues, the rate of cell aging, that kind of stuff. To be honest, I don't know shit about how this thing works. Well, would feel good to be compatible with my outside wrapping. Huh. I never looked at it that way. I know, and honestly, I find it a little hard to understand. I mean, how can you be so careless about your body? It's the only one you'll ever have, man. Why'd you let it become so neglected? I guess I just had more important things to do. Studying, settling down, buying a house. Funny. Now that I look at it, you probably didn't have my motivation. Which was? Well, for me, it all started when I moved abroad. After Mom died, I decided to stay there, and for a while it was pretty lonely out there. Didn't you have friends? Not at first, no. You can laugh, but I was a little apprehensive to jump into a new environment. It was just work and sleep, and some bad eating habits. So that's when you started working out. Out of boredom at first. Then, kind of became a fun thing. I made friends, started going out a lot, but by that time, the gym had become an important part of my routine. I drank less, slept better, and it just made me feel in control of my life, I get you. Now that you've told me the whole story. Thanks. Maybe if I could get back to my routine here, at least in some way, it could really help me shake off all this anxiety. I'd probably sleep better, feel more like me. Do you think there's a chance you could help me get my hands on some exercise equipment here? I could try. Really? Thanks, bro. I knew I could confide in you.
Want me to do this? rid of you. So, what do you think?
Sometimes all you need to do is give people a proper meal.
Good. Let's put this whole thing behind us and focus on what's ahead. Still thinking about that sheep? Kinda hard not to. She lived with us from the beginning. Can't get rid of you.
have something for you. The exercise equipment you asked for.
Awesome, man! I knew I could rely on you. Can't wait to try these babies out. Hey, Jan. Got a minute for me?
Hey, you wanted to talk?
Yeah. I wanted to thank you for getting me that exercise equipment again. You have no idea how it helped me to stay sane in here. But I was thinking, what if we built something everyone could benefit from?
Great. I was hoping you'd suggest upgrading the refinery so you can be more efficient there.
It's not just about work, Jan. I was thinking about something totally different. A whole new module where we could work out. Spend our free time in a healthy way instead of playing beer pong or watching TV.
Oh, okay. I'm not saying no.
But you're not saying yes?
I guess I'm saying maybe then.
You know me. Glass half full. I can work very well with a maybe. Thanks.
Nice. I don't know that movie. Jeez, I packed a lot of stuff. Hey man, I can see you're bummed out.
Don't worry about it. It's nothing.
That's not true. Tell me what used to cheer you up. At home, I mean.
Cheer me up? Well, there was this elderly neighbor, that sweet granny type whose apartment always smelled of a freshly baked pie. I liked to visit her when I was feeling down, listen to stories about her youth, her grandchildren. There was so much kindness and empathy in her. I'm sure every one of us has stories to share. And I enjoy listening to all of you, learning about our differences, discovering how many mistakes I managed to avoid, and how many amazing moments could result from those mistakes.
You're afraid. I can see that. Afraid? I'm not 6. Right. Still, I'd like to make sure you feel comfortable, so... what can I do?
Well, since you're asking, promise me you know what you're doing as captain.
Of course I know what I'm doing. Just follow my lead and you'll be okay.
Okay, man. I trust you. What if she died because of something we did?
It was just a sheep. The sooner we get over it, the better.
How can you be so insensitive?
Another movie. Jeez, I packed a lot of stuff. Like a good spot to use the gravity sensor. should I take her?
Keeping busy, I hope.
Nice. I don't know that movie. Jeez, I packed a lot of stuff. This looks like a good spot to use the gravity sensor. Come and find me when you have a moment.
I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Oh, interesting. A motivational hoodie. Motivational? More like demotivational. I only kept it because it's really comfy. Of course you did. It doesn't remind you of all that determination and ambition that fueled my academic success. Anyway, thanks. I appreciate it. So, did you get any interesting readings from the gravity sensor? Yes, fascinating stuff. The gravity field distortion forms a remarkable pattern. It's not like any of the other distortions we've encountered. Do you think it's connected to the Ideal? Looks like everything's connected here. I told you that gravity distortions have been observed on previous missions, but the scale of this one, it's unprecedented. And it's making me wonder. About what? You see, logically, objects on the proximity plane shouldn't have a mass in our reality. So how could they have such a strong impact on our gravity? It could lead to some extremely revolutionary hypotheses. It's so annoying that I can't devote more time to this problem. So, how do we proceed? Well, it looks like we have no other way but to destroy this extraordinary phenomenon. Are you serious? How am I supposed to use the illuminator on that? No, the illuminator won't help us here. We'll need to create a counterforce that will neutralize the gravity field. It will have to be very powerful and extremely precise. I'll need some time to make the calculations. One mistake, and this whole thing can go dangerously wrong. I can't even imagine you making a mistake. Yes, well, you've clearly forgotten our exam in algebraic topology. I have, yeah. Yeah, we lost a whole 10 points just because of one stupid miscalculation. It haunts me to this day. Still, nice to have your trust. Just give me the time to study this case properly, and I'm sure it'll be fine. Fucked up world we live in, huh? Hey, man. I can see you've been tense lately.
Oh, me?
Nah. I'm cool. Come on. Let me help. How do you usually deal with, anxiety?
Anxiety? I'm not a wimp. I don't do anxiety.
Well, I'd never call you a wimp, seeing how much work you get done in a day.
Thanks. I'm doing my best. What a shitty. I'm not in the mood for chit-chat. I know you've been down lately. Anything I can do to make you feel better? Super kind of you, but I'll be fine. Don't worry. Still, I'd love to help. Let's talk about something that puts a smile on your face. I like my comfort food, I guess. Nothing like a good old mac and cheese, you know? Only, I'm a terrible cook. I didn't know a mac and cheese-based diet was good for muscle growth. It definitely shouldn't be on your menu too often, but there's a time and place for everything. A sound body requires a sound mind, after all.
Hey, how's it going for you?
I knew I was making a mistake. This is what you get when you trust them big six dipshits. Radiation hazard, mechanical failures, a deadly sunrise chasing the base. Why the hell did I agree to this? Oh wait, I never did.
You should have more faith in us. We're quite a skilled team. Perhaps, but these guys, it's still scary to think we're all versions of you. A team's a team, and you're one of them whether you like it or not. You're right. We should start being a real collective. We won't stand a chance against the system if we're just a bunch of individuals. Do you seriously think we should be confronting Ally Corp now? So you don't think enough has happened? Leaving you like this, making you create us like slave machines. And look at us, mining rupidium for them like good little children. Wake up, Jan. What would you have us do? Go on strike? I'm still trying to figure that out. Well, keep me posted. I sure will. Hi there.
Okay, just lie still and think of something engaging.
When will you have the results?
Not before I finish scanning everybody. You're the first one, so after we finish, you can go to bed and come back in the morning. I should know more by then. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Feels like waiting for high school finals or something. I treated this body well. It won't betray me. Right?
So, you have our results? Yes. It was a long night, but everyone got scanned. I've just finished running the results through our medical software. And, well, there's no easy way to put it. It's there. Mutated tissue. It's growing in our brains. What? You mean we all have it? No. Not all. Almost everyone is affected, but there's one exception. You, Jan. You're the only one that's clean. Holy shit. Yeah. You know what that means? That it's the cause of rubidium? Oh, I wouldn't go so far. You were the only one who wasn't created with it, true. But there were so many other factors. The speed with which our brain tissue was forced to grow, external circumstances, like radiation, that could have disrupted the process somehow. There are two things we know for sure. One, creating any other altar will most probably result in the same condition. And two, if we don't find a cure, we will all die, just like the sheep. The whole crew, except for you. It's a matter of days. Look, man, I know you're not the emotional type, but is this the moment you want to talk about how you feel? I appreciate what you're trying to do here. Stop and think about it for a moment before we move on to try and find a solution. But what do you want me to say? If you look at it from a certain angle, death is a logical outcome of events. I suppose not knowing exactly what caused it bothers me more than not being immortal. The only thing I'm really scared of is the possibility that this mission will fail because I won't be around. So, how do we find a cure?
Well, I don't know.
Try as I might, this is where my expertise ends. Oh, come on. I don't believe that. You always have something smart-ass to say about everything. And you never give up, do you? I have to say, it's contagious. I don't know, Jan. Maybe the people who told you to branch yourself will be able to help us. Maybe. I am still waiting on a call from Lucas about the coordinates. It's worrying he hasn't got in touch yet. Well, let's hope he does. In the meantime, the best we can do is focus on getting rid of that gravity distortion. Even if we can't make it to the end of the mission, at least we can clear the path for you. Okay, Matt. Thanks.
Why is it so important? Looks like a waste of space, to be honest.
Rapidium is unstable. If we tried to transport it without the Ark, it probably wouldn't withstand the journey.
Huh, damn. So much work for nothing. Man,
Come and find me when you have a moment.
So, have you finished your calculations? Do you know how we can get the gravity field back to normal? Yes, the design is ready. Our counterforce will have to come from several sources. 2 neutralizing towers, 1 per each side of the canyon to cover the whole affected area. It will be an effort to build them, but if operated correctly, they should do the trick and give us safe passage through. No problem. We've got lots of time. We'll manage. Good. Because that's not the half of it. Once you set up the towers, they will need to be operated simultaneously. So, we'll need to send 4 people up there at the same time. Oh. Yeah. Better shape up your crew if we're gonna do this.
jammed in our storage, Jan.
Hey, how are you holding up? You really want to know?
All right. Every night, I have the same dream. And in that dream, I'm dying. And then I wake up, and guess what? I can't tell myself it was just a bad dream.
Don't worry, I won't let that happen.
Be real, Jan. There's nothing you can do. You don't have the time, and you don't have the knowledge. It would have been better for all of us if you just hadn't applied for this mission in the first place. This nightmare wouldn't be happening.
You wanted to talk about something? Yeah, I've been laying low, just observing the situation from a distance, but I think it's time you and I talked.
Okay.
So, you're a builder? Yeah. For a corporation? Yeah. And you weren't supposed to have any responsible role on this mission. What? No, a builder has a lot of responsibility. Yeah, right. Taking orders and getting injured all the time. Don't make me laugh. I mean real capacity to make decisions. As a leader. Leader? Yeah. Isn't that what you always wanted to be? True. And now that you mention it, I do recall having juvenile fantasies about it. Remember our Fierce Ocelot survival camp? We got to the rank of patrol guide at 12. You can call that a juvenile fantasy. I'll call it a promising start. Fierce Ocelots, yeah, that was a cool adventure. Adventure? What about standing up for your men when the camp director made them clean the latrines for 3 days in a row? Man, yeah, right, I forgot about that. And the protest we organized when the canteen gave us forks to eat soup with? We're no goons. Give us spoons. Yes, see? You remember. And how good it felt to have people follow you, trust you, respect you. So, what happened? How did you end up as a corpo rat without any agency? Oh, I have some agency in my life. Social security matters when you want to get a mortgage for your dream home, settle down with someone you love. That can change priorities. So, selfishness stood in the way of your ideals. Are you trying to make me feel bad about myself? I'm just thinking out loud. Where did your choices get you? Are you really satisfied with how you ended up drifting with the current, not getting in anybody's way? Because things can still change, you know? If you go back to your ideals and remember how to be a true leader. And how exactly would I do that? You can stand up for your people like you used to do, instead of trying to please the bigwigs. You can make sure working conditions in here are humane. Meaning, let's start with the fundamentals. I can see you care about radiation protection. That's good. Now, I want you to keep it up. That sounds reasonable. Of course, you can't do it by imposing overtime on anybody. obviously. I take that as a declaration. Okay, I'm in. Good. I hope you can pull it off. Could be a first step to becoming true to yourself again. Rising, coming ground. Hey, how are you holding up?
I'm doing my best, thanks. Just trying to come to terms with it. I mean, dying? Seems so surreal, you know?
Then don't come to terms with it. I want to see you angry. I want to see you fight this thing.
Okay. Yeah. You're right. I'm not gonna let this sucker beat me. It's all in the head, eh?
So how's the workout going? You happy with your barbells?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for making the effort.
You feeling all right?
Honestly, my body feels great. I feel much stronger already, but
But what?
it's not okay. I'm not okay. I think I was deceiving myself. I did feel incompatible, but it wasn't because my body was incomplete. It was because my soul was missing something. Or someone, to be more precise. Someone I loved. Ben.
Ben?
Yeah? Is it really so surprising for you?
Actually, not that much.
Of course not. You remember our basketball team captain?
Yeah, I do. But, you know, I always thought that was just for laughs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for laughs. What about your cousin's boyfriend in the summer of...
Okay, yeah, you win. You win. I always thought of it as a phase, you know, experimenting with different stuff.
Well, I thought that about my experiments with girls. But it wasn't a phase. It felt right for you. You just never met the right guy.
Yeah. I guess I met the right woman instead.
And I met Ben, which means in our case, it wasn't really about looking for a woman or a man, just
Finding the right person. So, tell me more about Ben.
well, after Mom died, I decided to stay abroad, quit college. I joined this community of warehouse workers and got into activism. Ben was in our group, a geology student, but he was different. Never took things too seriously, everybody liked him. He had me the moment he smiled at me.
What happened then?
Our protest didn't bring results, so we intensified our actions. Police interventions escalated. Before we knew it, we were entangled in a full-scale war between the workers and the corporations. I was all into it. I even felt like the people might want me as a leader. But Ben, he started having doubts. He detested violence. He wanted us to try and change the corporation by working with it instead of fighting it.
Mature and sensible approach, if you ask me.
Yeah. Evolution, not revolution, he'd say. I wasn't ready for that kind of thinking at first, but as the riots got more and more violent, I changed my perspective. So, when Ben suggested we just pack our things and get away from it all,
You went with him.
yeah, I did. and I never regretted that decision.
So, you miss this guy?
We became inseparable. He talked me into taking up a job at an offshore oil rig. And one day, when we were on shore leave, Ben started talking about rubidium and space mining missions. He was so excited about it. Wanted us to enroll there and then.
And did you?
We both did. And then we got totally wasted, which was a bad idea because that was our last day off. So the next day, our transport arrives and Ben gets on it without me. I'm just too damn hungover. So I stay behind, miss my shift, make calls to tell them I'll get on the next transport. But I never do. Because that day, there's a major gas leak on the rig. The whole thing blows up, killing a dozen people, including Ben. After that, I just kept blaming myself for not being there with him. I kept turning it over and over in my head, wondering if I could have done something.
I'm so sorry, man.
Well, that's the twisted thing. I appreciate your empathy, but you don't have to be sorry.
I don't?
No. Because it's not what really happened, right?
Okay.
At first, I was too confused to even think about it, and I guess I tried to keep Ben and that whole story at arm's length. It was depressing enough to realize who I was, or what I was. A ripple on the water of someone else's life. And I don't like being depressed, you know that.
Yeah.
But doing more and more of those bench presses, I just couldn't avoid thinking that if my real life path was different and I, meaning you, never even met Ben, then that means there's a possibility he might still be alive, if he exists at all. And the more I think about it, the more certain I am that I just want to know. I want to know what the real reality looks like. Does that make any sense to you?
Okay, tell you what. Why don't we try and find out more about him when we get back?
If we get back. If you get back. Not much chance for me to make it. We both know that. No, Jan. You don't get it. I need to know now. It would just be so amazing to discover a different, better ending to my story. Oh, come on. Can't you use your contact with Earth to ask around?
And what would I say? I know there's rubidium to mine and the sun's chasing us, but hey, you don't happen to know anything about a Ben?
Well, yeah, everything sounds ridiculous if you don't put your heart in it. I'm just asking you to take me seriously, buddy. Think you can do that?
Okay. No promises, but I can try.
Thanks, man. Seriously, I know it's a lot.
I need to narrow down the search a bit, though.
Sure. The name's Ben Harris. Actually, his full name's Benjamin, but he never liked it. The Ben I knew anyway. So I was thinking, since my Ben was so hyped up about going on a Dolly mission, if he exists, there's a solid chance he applied in this reality too, which means he's gotta be an Ally Corps database of candidates.
Okay. Let's find out if you really know him that well. You must be pretty scared, being the oldest.
Quite the contrary. If I die first, I want him. Lucas, what took you so long?
Man, finally. I was trying to reach you for days, but I was getting some crazy distortions. I had to reprogram the frequency. What the hell is going on out there? Is the base safe?
No, it's not. We stopped again, in the middle of a great big canyon this time. There's a massive gravity field distortion in front of us.
Gravity distortion, shit. That would explain why I couldn't get through to you for so long. This is not good news, Jan. You need to find a way to neutralize it. Have you managed to collect any data?
Yeah, I built a gravity sensor. Looks like I'm gonna need to set up some neutralizing towers on the canyon rooftop.
So, you already have a solution. Well done. That's good news. Anything else I should know about?
My alters. They're suffering from a mysterious disease.
What do you mean?
Some strange brain mutation. Molly. The sheep I had to create to test Rapidium had it too. She died without warning.
Shit, Jan. I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
What about you?
I'm fine. It's just them.
Oh.
Yeah. Rapidium. Not so great after all.
Yeah, I guess it couldn't be perfect. Nothing is. Not in this world. Still, we can't give up, Jan. Not yet. Maybe there's a cure. A method to undo this side effect. Tell me, do you know anything more about this condition?
I have MRI scans of the whole crew and Molly's autopsy report.
Wow. You've been busy. Send them over. I need to take this to Maxwell at once.
Maxwell, are you sure I can trust him? Last time I spoke to him turned out he's in some kind of conflict with the corporation. What's this guy's agenda, really?
Well, looks like he trusted you since he told you all about it. Look, don't worry. It's not really a conflict, it's just... Well, it was very unfair how they treated him. Shut down his lab, basically killed his scientific career. He was like a fish taken out of water, you know? And now seeing what you've done, he must have felt so excited, like it wasn't all for nothing. And he's jumping into a river again.
His research must have been interesting. I mean, the corporation decided to shut it down. That says a lot.
Yeah, you're right. What can I say? Not many people were ready for it. Altering mind records. I mean, we were on the brink of a real revolution in cognitive science. But the practical implications, they could change so much more. And we were just a step away from getting it right.
We?
Yeah. I worked with him on Project Ela. That's why I followed him when he was transferred to mining ops.
So, if Project Ela was so great, why was it killed?
Officially? Some corporate budget-cutting bullshit. But if you ask me, once the board realized what he was doing, they got scared. What they had in mind for our lab was a contract with the Army that could go on for years and guarantee state funding. They wanted to fix people so they could send them back into action. We wanted to cure them.
That project, Ela. What What was it about?
Helping people. Patients affected by PTSD, war veterans, mostly. Everyone else wrote them off. Except for Maxwell. He never gave a shit about what other people thought. He came up with new quantum-based technology to ease the pain of their trauma. Altering memories. Painful memories.
So, you think Maxwell could find a cure for my alters?
I don't know. But what you're doing is a continuation of his life's work. You can be sure he'll do everything to help you. I'll talk to him at once and relay your findings to him. We'll see what he thinks.
Okay.
In the meantime, you should focus on clearing your route out of that canyon. Neutralizing that gravity distortion might take some time and resources.
Roger that.
Hang in there, Jan. We'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Thanks, Lucas.
L7 out.
What a fucked up world we live in, huh?
Hey, man. How are you taking it? First Molly dying, and now your condition. It must be hard for you.
How am I taking it? Well, I've been thinking. If Molly was the first one you created, and I was the second one, does that mean I'm next in line?
Maybe it just means that you're my second best friend.
Well, all right. After the sheep. What an honor, thanks. The irony is, I liked being around that creature. It kinda consoled me.
Yeah, me too. I thought I was the only one who missed the poor beast.
Did she remind you of Mom's dreams, too?
Yeah. Yeah, she always wanted to move to the country and settle down on a farm.
She wanted to raise sheep, remember? Only came back to me after Molly went.
Yeah. True, I'd forgotten about that. Dad never took those dreams seriously. And neither did we.
That's an understatement. We absolutely hated them. Her annoying love of nature. Every weekend she'd go, Jan, why don't we go for a walk? See how the park has changed since last week.
Looking back, I wish I'd said yes more often.
Yeah. Our idea of a perfect day was to stay in our room all day and play games.
Luckily, she let it go eventually.
Oh no. Now, she gave up on us, but she never let go of her sanctuary.
Sanctuary? What do you mean?
In the park? The bench? Yeah. She couldn't have a house in the country, so she found herself a hideout in the city. Her favorite bench. She revealed her little secret to me years later. You're telling me she never took you there?
No.
No. Right. I guess that's because it was after Dad moved out. You were gone by that time.
You should take me there one day. When we get back, I'd love to see it.
Don't do that. I'm not a kid. I know I'm never coming back. All I can do is imagine I'm sitting there looking at freaking trees with her again. This place here makes you forget what trees even look like. And after she passed, I went to sit on that bench on my own. Every time I was down, I went there. It comforted me. I guess I could really use a place like that now.
I finished
Another
my tasks.
lovely day.
Want me to
with
take care of this now?
tea. Lucas, you there?
Jan, what's the matter?
Well, I have a favor to ask of you, sort of on the side. It might seem unconventional, but it's important.
What is it?
It's about a certain person called Benjamin Harris. It's possible he could have applied to participate in a Dolly mission in recent months. Do you think you could take a look in the candidate database and see if there's any trace of him?
And why exactly do you need to track him down?
He was very important to one of my altars. And not knowing if he's alive bothers him a lot. I'd like to help him.
Oh, I see. It's cool you care for him that way, but I can't just snoop around corporate databases at will. They're not that accessible.
Please? This is really important to me.
Look, I get it, but what do you want me to do? Break in? I mean, that would be illegal.
But it wouldn't be wrong.
I don't know. Look, no offense, but I think you're maybe a little lonely out there. That often leads to blowing insignificant things out of proportion. You know?
Look at you, the expert on human nature.
Very funny. What I mean is, why don't we stick to the bigger goal and not let ourselves get distracted? Okay? There's still so much rapidium you can bring.
Is that a no?
Oh, it's a no. Yeah. I mean, you know, I can't do it. Sorry.
Shame. Well, what can I say? Talk later then.
Let's do that. Yeah. And just stay focused, Jan. Okay?
Sure thing.
surface exploration vehicle. So this is where he landed. Damn, you look busted. Shame. Could have made good use of you. Awesome. Another movie. Things lying around the turret. Could it be someone was trying to fix it?
You